Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Believe it or not, we may have our first snowfall here on Long Island for the year 2024 season. They say 1 to 3 inches of accumulation. We've had some flurries, but like I said, I just don't think we're ever going to get a lot of snow. So some nut has contacted me about this. This is the Turd that I fixed yesterday. Previously on Mowers and Blowers. So it doesn't even visible spark plug panel locks. Ta-da! Sits on top of that. Little tiny. The thing that I was about to throw out into the garbage, then I figured I'd try to get it going, and I did. So I listed it for $75. Some guy from New Jersey is driving like 2 hours to come get it. I agreed on $50. What a nut. So seriously, that is a nut, right? Who would drive 2 hours to come and get this piece of junk? Guys, this is not even worth $25 running. But if I can get $50 from some nut from New Jersey, I mean, think about it. If you guys aren't familiar with New Jersey and New York, there are bridges and tunnels that cost a fortune. So gas, round trip, tolls, bridges, I mean, it'll cost him $50 to $80 just to get here. It's ridiculous. And whatever, he wants it, so let's try to, okay, we'll at least choke it. I'm not even going to prime it. Oh, shoot. What happened to the key? The key be missing. All right, so I got another key for him. I'll have to just find my key whenever, but I didn't know what happened to it. Anyway. Just gonna pull it without even priming, just to see if it fires up. Amazing. One pull on choke. Maybe it is worth $50. We'll see if the guy shows up from New Jersey and comes and picks it up. I'm loving it, guys. Never did I think I would sell that piece of junk for $50. And remember, I was this close to throwing it out and not fixing it. So how about it? $50 for that thing. I mean, it was kind of interesting to get it going, you know what I mean? But awesome. I'll show you guys what we do Tomorrow, when we wake up in the morning and see maybe we have 1 or 3 inches of snow that's accumulated. We'll see you later. Holy cow. It's all slushy. First snow of 2024. We call this snow because it accumulates. It's all slushy. It's starting to turn into rain right now. As you can see from my current status, it's around 9:30 in the morning, and it's at 32 degrees right now, but in about 10 minutes it'll be 33 degrees, which means this will all turn to wet slush. The weather people said 1 to 3 inches here in Huntington, Long Island. 2 1/4 inches. That's trash. Well, at least this gives me an opportunity to try my new hunting boots. I don't think that's heavy enough for me to have to go and knock it down. It'll just melt in about an hour. Given the low amount of quote-unquote snow, I'm gonna try out my new Wild Badger electric single-stage snowblower. Got this a little while ago, haven't tested it yet. It's starting to rain already, so I wanted to try to use this and try it out before it turns to all slush. This is the 40-volt battery. Been charging all summer. It's got 4 bars. Right in like that. All right, let's try it. I'll do a diagonal. See how high it goes. Safety. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. because the snow is slushy now, it kind of just seems like it's a push plow, you know what I mean? With a little bit of agitation that clears some of the snow. So, I mean, it works pretty well, I guess. It doesn't really throw the snow very far. I almost believe, if you guys remembered my old review for another 40 volt electric single stage snowblower made by Lively. That really worked much better. That had plastic paddles. This is actually rubber paddles, but I think because the rubber paddles are heavier, slows down the RPMs and speed of the single stage paddles. So maybe, you know, while I was trashing the idea of having plastic paddles, because the plastic paddles were thinner and lighter, spins faster, doesn't consume too much energy from the motor as much as maybe the heavier rubber paddles. I just felt like it spun way faster, and the motor seems kind of sluggish as you're going through the snow. But I mean, you know, it does work, but I mean, I don't know, it's really inconclusive whether or not, if I went to all electric, would I want something like this, you know? And this thing's expensive. This is like $300 or $400. Would you pay $300 or $400 for this? There's no way I ever would. But whatever. Hope he's got some shoes on. Uh-oh. I think we lost one. Are you ready for the apocalypse? I know, so dramatic, right? So it's been raining for about 15 minutes or so, and all the snow has become very slushy and icy. Listen, that thing is good for like powdered snow, but then so is any snowblower, right? You can use a snow shovel and do pretty well if it's all powder. But when it's combined with rain and the snow becomes heavy and slushy, these things are as useless as a push plow. So, an electric 40-watt single-stage rubber-paddled snowblower from Wild Badger. I guess it did the job. Am I tired? I mean, not really. A little bit, but you know, you have to manually push it. It's not self-propelled. Let's check out the battery life after that session. Wow. Used up 3 out of 4 bars. It's only 1 bar left. And you just slide the charger back into its cradle. So would you trade your gas single-stage snowblower for an electric one? That's completely up to you, because the gas one wouldn't do any better than this, honestly. Not to mention, it would waste gas, emit fumes, be really loud, and it's kind of a pain to start sometimes. The electric ones, I could be convinced. I'm telling you, if this was powder, this thing would work great. It's a little underpowered when it comes to the slush, because I think the rubber paddles cause a lot of weight to the auger system. If it was plastic paddles, I know plastic paddles are terrible, but it's lighter, because the other 40-volt one from Lively that I had, that spins the auger way faster than this one, and it doesn't bog down if you get into really heavy slush. This one does. As a matter of fact, a few times when it was really clogged and slushy, it stopped. I had to restart it again because it overpowered the motor and it had to stop. But I guess it's okay. It did the job. Didn't take very long. And the easy part of this is you just put the battery in and you go. There is no mixing of oil and gas. There's no what if it doesn't start because you didn't winterize it for the winter and summer storage. Carburetor could be clogged. You could be pulling on it and pulling at it all day, pulling your arm out, having a heart attack, and it still doesn't start. So that's a bad thing about gas. They're making better things with electricity these days. Technology's getting better. But again, also, they cause fires too. That's why those Teslas are catching on fire all over the country.
The video was posted on Twitter, but has not been independently verified by CNBC. As you can see, it started with smoking and then an explosion. Shows that smoke coming from the hood of a Tesla that's parked in the garage and then the car bursting into flames.
Anyway, I don't know if I would. I could be talked into going electric. I have a lot of electric equipment and they all seem to work pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers!